What we're going to do now is talk about CSR number 3 and how the transition should go down. Number 1, CSR 1 is still functional. It's still playable. I actually use it on my iPad every once in a while just to show off that, hey, it still works. CSR 2 is it has a great engine. It's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. But at some point, you're going to get tired of people saying, I used to play this in high school. I used to play this a million years ago. I can't believe this game is still around. And that's because the game is more than 7 years old. It's close to 8 years old now. And at some point, you have to do something else. There's only so many maps you can crop up. So they're making a third one. That's a good thing because you get a chance to see new places, new interactions, new players, new everything. The biggest difference between CSR 1 and 2 is CSR 1 had all of its online features, not all, most of it, 90% of it stripped away. It was taken away so it just become a play game, no internet access needed, but it still relied heavily on the clock to work. CSR 2 is heavily embedded to being online. Most of its features only work online, and we can expect CSR 3 to be the exact same way. I believe, not 100% sure, more like 72% sure that CSR 1 had augmented reality, and just one day they turned it off and only gave it to CSR 2. You can expect that same kind of situation to happen sometime in 2025. Duster is saying summer of 2025. That's a good estimation, as long as the programmers and developers get everything done in a timely manner. That's going to go down, and everybody's going to be happy with it. But we also have to realize that we have multiple currencies. What's going to happen to your old cars? We don't know. I can say this here. The one car I did pay for in CSR 1, when I hit the replenish or give me back my purchases, whatever you have to hit to give you back your purchases, I got that one car back. Just that one car that I paid $5 for. So it's possible that the cars that you have paid for, you're going to get back if they do some kind of weird shutdown for a minute and then bring it back up. My advice is when CSR 3 does come out, do not delete CSR 2. Keep CSR 2 on your phone because the digital rights managements to each one of those cars that you have technically belong to you. If you lose those cars, it's because you've reset the device and you've turned around and accidentally deleted the cars. It could be bad. It could be bad. Just try never to delete the game. I'm just saying, don't delete the game. This is going to be a bad transition. It won't be a happy transition. It's always going to be some kind of pain in some kind of way. The new version of the game you're going to like for a couple minutes and it'll be boring. It all depends on how you feel about the cars, how they're displaying the cars, how they're showing off the cars. I said the same thing twice. How the currency works. Everything depends on how you feel about that particular situation. I saw some of the video footage. And Dustin and I today, later on, about 3:30 or whatever, we will actually try to chat a little bit about this entire situation. I see wheel hop. I see body roll and movement in CSR 3 when I did not see that in CSR 1. So they're making it so that the car is a little bit more flexible, a little bit more movable. The sound is a little bit better. Not a lot better, but a little bit better than it was before. The lighting from the light source is too hard, which was a problem with the original CSR 1. The light was too hard and some of the camera angles were bad. Eventually, they fixed those based on our comments on how we perceive these things. And we can also see that the cars that are in the game, the 3D models that are in the game, they're fully done. And because they're fully done, we can expect the augmented reality to eventually migrate over to CSR3 and possibly be cut for CSR2. Just don't expect them to give you augmented reality on all systems. It's just not going to happen. It'll be a transfer where they say CSR1 ain't got it no more, CSR2 ain't got it no more, now it's CSR3, and it'll be a way to pull us in. I am not happy with the way the guys at CSR are putting out these fake ads showing some lady fiddling around with a phone, and the car hops out and in augmented reality starts changing colors and does a little spin. That's some crazy Hot Wheels stuff that I didn't see that for the kids, and it wasn't fun in Hot Wheels. It's definitely not fun here. And then all of a sudden the car started racing. You can't do that. They had another situation where there's a guy who had the Honda or something like that. Yeah, he had the green hot rod. He hopped in that and started driving it. Like, you don't really drive it. Like, the car doesn't come around you in augmented reality. You just start driving around. Like, no, that's not how the game works. It's almost like they got advertisers who don't actually play the game and don't know the game mechanics and said, hey, can you make a game from this here? And to see a junked up Toyota Supra on a rack just sitting up there with the paint and everything messed up. Oh, check out this, guys, and I'm going to go on ahead and fix this up. That's not how that works. That's how Legends works. It's not how the regular game works. The regular game has you with a regular car that is not screwed up, beat up, mushed up, vandalized, and you're fixing it. No, you start out with a flat out normal car. You get that normal car, you make the car special. You turn it into a tuner. You don't get a junk car. That's Legends, people. It's Legends. I see their ads. My coworkers see their ads, and they're like, yeah, I see their ads all the time now. Yes, because if they want CSR to really work, I gotta roll my sleeves up on this here. I'm like a German freaking soldier over here. I got wool on. Look, if they want CSR3 to work, there's two things they need. Number one, they need the current players to play the game. Number two, they need new players. They need to get their books and go to the shareholders and say, this is the number of people we have playing on the game. We are making revenue. They need you to visually see those ads. If you haven't noticed, in Race Pass, they're giving you Race Pass points, 5 Race Pass points, just to watch ads. They're trying to get you to visually see those ads to say that, hey, shareholders, we got the money from those ads. We showed those ads. We made the money. This is how things are rolling. They're doing everything that they can to get us to get into this game, play this game, and be around for CSR3. I don't mind hanging around. I got time. I got plenty of time. Ask my wife. She hates how much time I actually have. But what do you do with purchases now? During this transition, I do not expect you to walk away with hooligan cars, anything from Ken Block. I think everything's going to have to be restarted all over again. And take in mind, for those who did turn around and go and get the beta version, which is probably really the alpha version of CSR3, none of that is going to be transferable. Okay? It will not be transferable. I can flat out guarantee you it ain't going to be transferable. Look, I play Tom Clancy's Division 1 and 2. And because of that, everybody knows those who play the PTS, the version that is for testing, you do not get any of the equipment that you farmed hours and hours and hours and hours for. That's the reason why I will pay to have a VPN to connect to that country to try to get that freaking app, only because I just want to show you guys and I want to experiment myself. And I don't recommend anybody do that. I'm just saying to myself, it's not worth it, because at the end of the day, you will walk away with nothing. And when the game is out of beta and into the public arena, you will have to start all over from scratch, just like everyone else. But until then, let's enjoy what we have with CSR2.